Southwest 6192, turn 15, North 7 Pop Mike, descend maintain level 240, Delta 425.
Welcome to the loop lesson pertaining to wake turbulence in the terminal setting. In this lesson, we're going to discuss wake turbulence as they apply to the tower position on VATSIM. However, we will discuss some things that are important to know and have to be known in order to successfully complete your over-the-shoulder. The first thing we need to discuss is same runway versus less than 2,500 feet apart. To boil it down in a more simplistic version, any runways, parallel runways that are separated by less than 2,500 feet are essentially considered same runway in the realm of wake turbulence. Now that we have that situated, let's discuss the two options. Option one, a full-length departure. Option number two, an intersection departure. So depending on whether or not the aircraft departing after another aircraft is either full-length or intersection, changes the wake turbulence times. Everything we're going to discuss is based upon minutes. So in the tower environment, you have your wake turbulence separation timers, either 3, 4, or 2 minutes, depending on the scenario. So on the same runway or parallel runways separated by less than 2,500 feet, when you're issuing takeoff clearances that are full-length departures, any aircraft behind a super requires a 3-minute wake turbulence hold. Any aircraft behind a heavy or a 757, full length, same runway, or a parallel runway separated by less than 2,500 feet will be 2 minutes. Super simple, super short, super sweet. Full length, same runway, or parallel less than 2,500, 3 minutes behind a super, 2 minutes behind a heavy or a 7.5. Now this boils down to the intersection departures, which is our next section. Things get a little tricky when you depart an aircraft from an intersection behind another aircraft. General rule of thumb, you add a minute. So if you have an aircraft holding short of runway 4 right at Chicago Midway on Foxtrot, you just departed a super, which is something you'll see, not necessarily real life, but on VATSIM we do encounter supers at Midway from time to time. That will be 4 minutes. So we add 1 minute to make it 4 minutes. If you're departing an intersection behind a heavy or a 757, 3 minutes. So we add 1 more minute to the full length minute. And now there is a special exception for intersection departures that is not included in the full length, and it's a small behind anything larger than itself. So a super, a heavy, or a 7.5, or a large. Anytime you're departing a small at an intersection behind a super, heavy, 757, or large, it is still 3 minutes. A special note to add, any aircraft in the pattern doing touch and goes, stop and goes, are considered to be departing from an intersection. So if you have a Cessna on 4 left doing touch and goes, when you're trying to figure out your wake turbulence times, they would fall into the intersection departure category. Pretty simple. Full length, anything behind a super's 3. Full length, anything behind a 757 is 2. Intersections, anything departing an intersection behind a super is 4, add a minute. Anything departing behind a heavy or 7.5 from an intersection, add a minute, 3. And then a small behind anything greater than itself, super, heavy, 757, or large, 3 minutes. I hope this helps solidify and clear up any sort of misconceptions. We've decided to kind of really simplify it just for VATSIM purposes. Obviously, there's the recat and a million different other little this or that's. However, in order to be successful and to accomplish the goal of S2, this is essentially what you need. And then just remember, same runway or any parallel less than 2,500 feet apart is essentially considered same runway in the wake turbulence realm. I want to give a special shout out to Andrew, who recently achieved his S2. We spent a considerable amount of time together, and he spent an even more considerable amount of time on his own, really digging into this to try and figure it out as an S1 student. A lot of self-study. We appreciate all his input and research, And that has led us to come to basically this conclusion. If anyone has any questions, you can email me anytime, ta@chicagoartcc.org. You can contact me on Discord. You can reach out to our DATM Roland, our ATM Maddox, any of our instructors or mentors. We can clarify anything. If anyone wants to run through scenarios, feel free to reach out. We have a couple that Andrew put together for us. I hope this helps simplify and solidify wake turbulence for you.